I'm going to be talking today about how to create a password. You're surfing the internet comparing prices from different stores, getting ready for the big Black Friday shopping spree. You get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and you go to the Black Friday sales and you get all the gifts you were looking for on the internet. You stand in line for hours and do your shopping. You hand your credit card to the cashier to only have her tell you you're over your credit limit. You try other forms of payment only to be declined as well. You are now standing at the cashier with hundreds of dollars of merchandise with no form of payment. You get out of line and you start calling the credit card companies, and once your bank opens, you call them as well, only to be told you are over your credit limit and all your money in your bank accounts have been emptied. You have just now realized your accounts have been hacked and you have been robbed. Now comes the time and effort to regain your information back, as well as everything else that was stolen. In today's world, creating a password is vital to keep your personal and work information safe from other people. The key is making the password secure to where hackers cannot break the encryption. Hackers are trying every day of every minute to break into people's accounts, work and personal, to gain their information for personal gain. It is up to you to create a password to make it more difficult for a hacker to gain this information. If you do anything with computers, you deal with passwords, and you probably have a handful of different passwords for different sites and systems. The best password is something you will never forget, but even your family or closest friend will never guess. Hackers hate it when people have long passwords with different characters within the password. Normally, the longer the password and difficult it is, the quicker a hacker will stop trying to hack into your information. I'll be discussing what not to do, how to create a password, and show you some standard tips on how to create that secure password. First, you do not want to create a password under 6 characters. You do not want to use words from the dictionary or words in foreign languages that are in their dictionary. Birth dates, social security numbers, anniversary dates should not be used. Pet names, friends and family names should not be used. To think about what to do when creating a password, you want to look at the letters within the password. You want to capitalize and use lowercase letters when creating a password. Using punctuation, symbols, and numbers to help create this password. Making a password longer makes it harder for a hacker to get your information. I'm going to be showing you a few examples on how to create a password by using the word James Bond. Initially, I show James Bond as together with only capitalizing the first J and B of the name. This is okay, but this is still simple for a hacker. Second example is James Bond again, just capitalizing the consonants and leaving the lowercase vowels. This is good, but you still need to do better. In the next example, I have just added numbers, changing the S to 5 and O to a 0. The next example, I've added symbols. And in the last example, I have added 007. Now, each character that I have added has made it longer and more difficult for a hacker to break into. As you can see, there are a number of different combinations that you can use to create create a password harder for a hacker to break. Your imagination is the only thing holding you back from creating a dominating password that a hacker cannot break. How do you create a password? A password that makes it harder for a hacker to get into your information? If you follow the steps that I have discussed, hackers will stop trying to get into your information faster, and you will be able to keep your identity safe. We live in a world where we use passwords to protect ourselves and our data from others who are looking to use our information in possible illegal ways. It is important to create passwords that would make it very difficult for those who are trying to view your information to actually retrieve it and use their information for their own personal desires.